Good morning, children. I'm Aisha. I completed my studies and I am starting the social subject for you from today onwards. So, in the 10th class standard, you have two papers, right? Paper 1 and paper 2. So, paper 1 is generally we will study about in the paper 1. In the paper 1, we will discuss about the two topics. One is regarding the geography and another is regarding the economics. Okay? In the paper 1 we have two topics, geography and economics. And in paper 2, we have again two topics. Total in the social we have four topics. So according to the syllabus, they divided the syllabus into paper 1 and paper 2. So in the paper 1 we have geography and economics, and in the paper 2 we have history and civics. Okay? History and civics. So today I am going to start you paper 2 history chapters. Okay? Later after completing few chapters we will go to the paper 1. Okay? So paper 1 history chapter. The first chapter in the paper 1, that is the 12th chapter, that is the world before the world wars. The chapter name is world before the world wars. Yes, the chapter name is this. What is the chapter name? World before the world wars. Yes. So, in this chapter we are going to study about the world wars. Yes, whether intentionally or unintentionally, every country participated in the wars. So that's why those wars are become as the world wars, because all countries of the world are participating, right? Now, before knowing about the concept, I want to ask you to think that what is a war? Why the war will be happen? What the reason behind the happening of the war? What the thing is there which arises the war? See, generally the war is causes due to the conflict, okay, or due to the disputes. Conflict or disputes. Conflict or disputes. Okay, conflict or disputes. Conflict or disputes. So when there is a conflict or disputes, at that time the war will happen. See, these conflicts and disputes also have to reach the stages of the peak stages. Okay. Generally, if there is a generally conflict or generally dispute, means it is not a war. Okay. Are you understanding my point? If there is a general conflict or general any kind of dispute, it doesn't mean that it is a war. When it comes to be war, when these conflict, when these dispute reaches to the peaks, okay, reaches to the peaks of the conflict, okay, reaches to the peaks of the conflict, at that time we can say that it is a war. It is not necessary to happen the war between two persons. Yes, it is not necessary always to be happen between the two persons or between two countries or between two groups of countries. Maybe it will happen between number of countries, between number of group of countries. So, in this chapter we are going to study about the 20th century. In the 20th century, how the wars will be happen. You know UNO. Yes, you know about the UNO. What is this UNO stand for? UNO stands for what? United Nations Organization. Why this nations organization is necessary? It is necessary because in order to control the conflicts, in order to solve the diplomatic problems, diplomatic problems means simple issues, very simple issues. In those days, they will solve these issues by number of wars. But after the introduction of these UNO, United Nations Organization, number of disputes and number of external matters regarding the countries are solved by the United Nations Organization. So in the 20th century, what happened and how the wars will be happen, we will discuss now. This is the introduction part. Why the war happens means the war happened due to the conflicts or disputes. Okay. So what when these conflicts century, and the time regarding the wars will be, I will discuss now. Yes. So, in the 20th century, mainly this chapter focus on the time duration. We are dealing with the 12th chapter, world before the World War. World before the World War. Okay, how the situation of the world before the World War and what happened during the World Wars. So, from the time duration, that is 1900 to 1950. Okay, are you understanding, ma? From the year 1900 to 1950, the time duration is how many years? 50 years, right? Yes, these 50 years are considered as the most important years in the world history. Okay, these years are considered as the most important years. Why it is considered as an important period in the world history means, generally in this period only we have two wars. Okay, we have taken place two wars. What are those wars means? First World War. Okay, I will write like this: World War One, World War One, and World War Two. Okay, World War One and World War Two. So, in the 50 years, these World War One and World War Two has been taken place. The time duration of the First World War, that is 1914 to 1918, nearly 4 years time duration is taken to happen the First World War. Okay. After that, we have the Second World War, World War Two, that is started from the 1939 to 1945. This was the second period of Second World War. This is 6 years period, ma'am. This is 6 years period. Okay. The First World War started from 1914 to 1980. It is 4 years. And Second World War started from 1939 to 1945. That is 6 years. In between these two, First World War and Second World War, we have a Great Depression. Okay, we have Great Depression. Don't worry, I will explain each and everything in detail. I am just giving you mind map. Okay, this is only mind map to remember you. Okay, Great Depression. We have a Great Depression also between the First World War and between the Second World War. Between First World War and Second World War, we have a Great Depression. That is the time duration of the Great Depression, 1929 to 1939. Now you just concentrate here once. See, ma, 1929. At the end of the year 1929. Are you getting my point? What I am saying? At the end of the year 1929, the Great Depression was started. Okay, and at the starting of 1939, the Great Depression was ended. Okay, the Great Depression was ended, and it was the starting period for the Second World War. Are you understanding? See, the First World War, the Great Depression is started at the end of 1929, and it is ended on the starting of 1939. Or in fact, on the starting of 1939, it was ended because you see here the Second World War started from 1939 to 1945. That was the reason for the ending of the Great Depression in 1939 and starting of the Second World War from 1939 to 1945. Let us enter into the chapter. This is total mind map to remember the years and also to know the variations. This is just a mind map. Now let's enter into the chapter. What happens? So this is a very important period in the world history. The 50 years is very important. Okay, why it is very important is, see, why it is very important in the history, because in the 20th century, these all things are happening in the 20th century, right? Yes, in the 20th kill themselves and they will kill some opposing parties. Yes. So that is fascism. That ideology has been developed some 1900 years ago only. Okay. At the time there is no correct law and order, there is no correct government, there is no correct constitution. These all things are absent in the country. So that's why they have a fascism ideology. It means it is a negative. You can just keep in your mind. It is a negative ideology now. This is not a positive ideology. Okay, negative ideology has been taken birth. At the same time, why you are saying that age of discovery means the life expectancy. Okay, the life expectancy of the person has been increased. What happened? Life expectancy. Life expectancy of the people has been increased due to introduction of new medicines and also the development of the science. These things has made the life expectancy of the people to increase. When the people life expectancy increase, ultimately they started literacy level also increased. Next thing is the literacy. Literacy level is also increased. The most of the people started literate. Before that, most of them are illiterate. That's why the reason is Eric Axel is saying it is the age of extreme or the age of discovery. Right? So fascism is an ideology of the negative point of your negative mindset. Life expectancy of the people has increased. Literacy level has also increased. Nearly 50% mark. Nearly 50% women came out. Okay, nearly 50% women came out and they started working in industries. They started working in the factories. They started working as a laborers. Okay, 50% of women came out in the period of 50 years. Okay, and after that, the people now they become literate. Yes, now they're getting the idea of democracy. They want a democratic form of government. Yes, democracy. Now, what is democracy? The question rises here, what is democracy? See, democracy means a freedom. Yes, we are a democratic country. Our country is democratic country. We are democratic citizens, right? So, democratic means by the people. Okay, by the people, for the people, and of the people, by the people, for the people, and of the people. Right now, so by the people, what it means by the people? By the people means by the voting process. Okay, are you understanding? Democracy means by the people, for the people, of the people. By the people means what it means by the people means by the voting process. By the voting process, the people will select their representative. Okay, the people will select their representative by the voting process. That means by the people. We will select our representative by giving vote. Right? After that, for the people. For the people means for the people. That representative for whom we are giving the votes, that representative will work for us. Yes, for us. He will work, he or she. They will work for us. It means for the people. Are you getting? Then, of the people, who will be that representative? From where that representative will become? That representative will be born from the people. That representative born from the public. He will be not any king's son or any others. Okay. So he will be born from the public. He will be born from the people. That is of the people. Yes, democracy means now you got the point. So people want a democratic country. Yes, these countries, all the countries want democracy. And also they push to the divine right theory. That is fall under the category of the monarchy. You know monarchy? What is monarchy? See, monarchy means what? Hereditary system. Hereditary system means in Telugu we say it as the Vamsha Paramparanga. Means if the king died, his son will come to the throne. If he also died, his son will come to the throne. In this way, the hereditary system will be continued with generation to generation. That is monarchy, king government. Okay, here democratic government, people government. This is king's government. So actually the king, for the idea purpose I am writing king. Okay, monarchy government means king government. Yes, there is a theory for the monarchy government, that is divine right theory. The theory name is divine right theory. Divine right theory. What is the meaning of this divine right theory? What it means? See, according to divine right theory, okay, according to the theory, the king will say to the people, that I am appointed by the God. I am appointed by whom? I am appointed by God. I was appointed by God. Okay. So God has appointed me. I am very superior. So all of you have to follow me. All of you have to respect me. You have to just behave like a slave to me, because I am the God appointed person. So this is the theory. Divine right theory means that the king will think that I was appointed by the God, and he will give same publicity also. He will give publicity to the public that I was appointed by the God. I am very superior. I have God power. I have this power. No one can stop me. I am only the king. You have to follow me. Otherwise, I will kill you. This type of things is done in the divine right theory. Now, in this century, in the 20th century, in the period of 50 years, the people start asking the questions. The people start asking the questions on the divine right theory. Show me the God. Where is the God? Show me. How he appointed you? Where is he? You have seen the God, and you are saying that he appointed you. Then show the God. Where is the God? We all also want to see the God. King, you please show me the God. Where is the God? How he will be? He will be just like how he will be in the pictures. How the pictures will be. So like that only he will be like, or he will be in some other way. This type of questions came forward towards the king, and the king was very upset by this type of questions. Okay, he was completely upset because it was completely opposed to the king. It was becoming a complete opposed. Why it is becoming opposed? Because people want democratic country. They don't want monarchy country. So that's why they're starting the cross questions to the king. Right? Afterwards, there is a capitalism. So what is this capitalism means? The rich people, few of the rich people will control the low class people. That is capitalism. And simply we can say that private industries, private factories will fall under this. Private sector will fall under the capitalism. They will work with a motive of profit. Yes, they will keep some investment, and with that investment they want to get profit ultimately. So the capitalism means some strong people will control the normal people. That is capitalism. Okay, right. Thank you.